Charlie Kirk fuck his wife and fuck them kids. The bitch knew who she married because she shared the same ideologies. And trust and fucking believe that she is going to impart them ideologies on them fucking girls so that they can carry his racist ass narrative. That's what they going to do. So fuck all of them. Fuck everybody that think black people gotta have empathy. The motherfucker literally said he hates the word empathy. We are literally giving him what the fuck he wants. That is what he wants. He said gun violence is the price you pay for the Second Amendment. It is what it is. He died the way he lived, talking out the side of his motherfucking neck. He didn't want empathy. So why the fuck are y'all trying to force us to have? It pisses me off about these saltine ass crackers. For them to say violence is not the answer. White people who are the fucking originators of violence.
Yes.
Not just in this country, but around the fucking world. Everything white people have achieved in this lifetime, in any lifetime, has been through fucking violence. You bitches came to a land, and because it was not all white, you murdered the fucking Native Americans. Then you were so inferior and so fucking inept to build on said land that you had to go and have a transatlantic fucking journey to go to Africa to then steal African people and make them slaves, men, women, and children. You raped them, brutalized them, mutilated their bodies, and when they couldn't make the trip, you tossed them overboard. Then when you got here, the violence didn't stop. It continues, and it continues today. And y'all got the fucking caucasity to fix your barely there ass lips to tell us that violence is not the answer. Fuck you and the unwashed pussy you pop the fuck out of. Because I'm tired of you motherfuckers. I'm so tired of white people. Y'all can take this however the fuck you want. I am tired. If you ain't that type of white, then I ain't fucking talking to you. If you feel some type of way, you the exact bitch I'm talking to. I am tired of y'all with the non-violent shit. Y'all just want to be violent towards us, but you don't want the violence back. That is why y'all created white supremacy.
Well, damn. She had a mouthful to say. But did she lie though? Good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How you doing? JQ, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Wow, y'all. I ain't been with y'all in about a week or so. You know what I'm saying? Today my off day. So it's my little outfit, my little wrinkled shirt. You know, I'm chilling today, but I have a lot I had to get caught back up on. So this week, next week, probably the rest of the month, I'm going to be up in here. I have a lot to cover. But we're going to go and get right into it. If you don't know by now, over the weekend, Charlie KIRK, a freedom of speech activist, was shot and murdered while at his event on a college campus. For those of y'all who are not familiar with Mr. Charlie KIRK, Charlie KIRK, he's not a politician. He's more of a freedom of speech activist. Like he puts on, from what I know, I could be wrong, y'all. From what I see, he does podcasts about freedom of speech. He puts on seminars about freedom of speech. He has events surrounding freedom of speech and his thoughts on things like that. So that's who I've known Charlie KIRK to be. I really started getting into him when I saw him on Jubilee, and a lot of stuff he was saying, I was like, huh? So that's when I began to really notice him. But I personally really never knew much of this person. A lot more came out since he has died. And the black lady we just saw, she had a lot to say. And she had a lot to say because for some reason, the white MAGAs are blaming or pointing fingers at the black community. Now, Charlie Kirk was murdered by a white consecutive Republican. Just like he's a consecutive, he was murdered by someone in your own camp. You were murdered by someone in your own camp. And then y'all seem to still find a way to want to blame black people. Now, a lot of people say, we're not blaming black people. Oh, yes, y'all are. Because I've been online and I've been seeing a whole bunch of nonsense. The nonsense with the government, the nonsense with companies, the nonsense. There's a lot of people out here, y'all, who are laughing. I'm not going to say at Charlie Kirk's death, but they're laughing at the irony. If y'all don't know who Charlie Kirk is, I'm going to show y'all some clips, especially when it comes to my community.
Kirk has no problem putting his true beliefs about anyone who isn't a white rabbit conservative like him on full display.
We're gonna remove my appendix and you're a black lesbian. See a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I see a black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman. I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Thomas Sowell and Justice Clarence Thomas are far better black role models to celebrate than Martin Luther King. Period. End of story. This guy is not worthy of a national holiday. He is not worthy of godlike status. In fact, I think it's really hard. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut 52. I'm going to trust the Lord. I know what we're saying is true. I was disappointed because I said, listen, guys, you could hate what I'm doing. You could criticize it. You live like a capitalist every single day, Shank. I live as a capitalist.
This is somewhat of the stuff that we've heard him say about us out of our mouth. And y'all say racism don't exist. He's clearly discriminating against someone because of their skin color. Did y'all not just hear the things that just came out of his mouth? If somebody black was flying a plane, he would question the authenticity of that person being qualified. Just because you're black. That's discriminating against someone because of their color. You're only questioning them because of their color of their skin. So, for us, people like him, we disassociate ourselves with. We don't want to even be around people like you because you discriminate against people like me. I'm not even qualified to have a pilot job because I'm black. You're questioning. I'm not qualified to do open heart surgery. Just because I'm black, you're going to question my qualifications. So it's stuff like this where the black community, be like, we don't give a fuck. He ain't like us. He didn't like people like me. He never rooted for people like me. He didn't take up for nobody like me. Actually, he didn't think I'm qualified to be anything, if you ask me. He's going to question the authenticity of everything when it comes to somebody with a skin color like this. That includes my American status, my qualifications, me as a person. He's going to question everything. To me, as a black person, I look at him like, you're against me. I'm not against you. I'm just using my freedom of speech. It's okay for you to use your freedom of speech and say how you feel. But there are also people on the receiving end of how you feel that have feelings as well. I'm on the receiving end. You were talking to people like me. I wanted to be a pilot. Sure did. It was way down in the bag, but I did. I wanted to be a pilot at one point in time. So you would question me, my qualifications. You wouldn't even believe in me like that, only because you wouldn't question the white one, though. You wouldn't question the white qualifications. See the irony? You see the irony. So for people like me, we don't fuck with people like him who say things like this. We don't go fuck with what happened to people like this. Because you don't care for people like me. You don't fight for people like me. But people like me fight for people like you in all colors. We don't put a color on it. We fight for everyone. We fight for everyone.
How are you? KIRK. I think it's worth to have a
We fight for everyone. So, the government been doing all kind of crazy shit. Because there's black people like the skin color of me that are darker or brighter. That are like, oh, okay, he did. What y'all want us to say? We didn't kill him. One of y'all people did. He ain't trust us. He ain't trust us. He won't put his life in our hands. His life is in the hands of another white conservative. So for a lot of black people, they're chuckling. For a lot of black people, they don't want nothing to do with somebody like that. Then you also have people other than people like me, and also people like me who heard him say this.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. So then how do you reduce? Very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop shootings at I think.
So for a lot of other people, okay, they heard him say things like that, and we need a few gun deaths a year. He's all for that, so we can have our gun rights. There are people out there that fight against certain gun rights because it puts people, everyone of all skin color, of all ethnicity backgrounds, it puts everyone in danger. There's people out here that have fought for them to change these gun laws. I could be wrong, y'all, but from what I looked up, he was shot with a military-style rifle. These are the things that people are out there fighting against. They're fighting against this type of stuff. And then you got people like him rooting for it, and then you die at the hands of what other people were fighting against that you were speaking against. That we were speaking against. We were speaking against certain gun laws and certain guns that you're allowed to carry and all types of things. There are people that fight for this type of stuff. And he's the type of person that said, oh no, we need a few gun deaths. And then, whoa, the irony. You were a part of that. You were a part of that. And there's a lot of people out there that laughed at that. There's a lot more people other than my skin color because we don't care. He ain't care about us, so we don't really care about Charlie KIRK. We don't care. But there's other races and other ethnicities that are really laughing at the irony of him actually being one of those gun deaths that he was talking about that needs to happen every year. They're laughing because they told you so. That's why they're laughing. And it's not funny that you got murdered. That's not funny. They're laughing at oh, we tried to tell you, and you told us that we were batshit crazy. You told us we need to shut the F up. We don't know what we're talking about. And now your wife and your 2 children are without a husband and a father. This is why people out there, they fight for certain gun laws. Because it protects us all. It protects us all. So the president had ordered them to fly their flags, people hang their flags midway. I'm like, wait a minute, President Trump. We had plenty people die. George Floyd. Sandra Bland. The woman that just got killed for telling the police officer, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you. She's dead and gone. Did you hang a flag midway for any of those people? No. No. And then they're trying to call this an assassination. He got murdered. He got murdered. So, anybody who's laughing and speaking out, there are people out there getting fired. There are people out there getting fired for laughing at his death or making fun of the death or even agreeing with what happened. They're firing people from their jobs. They're trying to penalize people. And this is the MAGA culture. It's a cult. We are in America. We do not have to agree with each other. We can have our own personal opinion about things. We can have our own freedom of speech about things. The same way Charlie preached freedom of speech, he was an activist for freedom of speech. Y'all are trying to limit people's freedom of speech. He didn't like black people. He didn't like certain groups of people. So he spewed that and he was able to. So there's people that didn't like him and what he spewed and what he stood upon. So they get able to say that. He didn't like Beyonce. He didn't like Kamala. He didn't like a lot of people. He was able to sit there and say that. So there are people out there that say they don't like him. They didn't like the things that he spewed. And just, when you die, it does not erase everything that you've just done here on earth. There are people here that remember what you've done. There are people here that are traumatized by the things that you have done. And there are things that people have done that may cause people not to speak good on your name, that might not wish good upon your name or your family. That's something that your family got to live with. The people around you have to live with. That's why while you're alive, it's very, very important for you to treat everyone with love and kindness and fairness. Yes, you can disagree with some things, but my mama taught me this. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's how you say things, not what you say. You can say whatever you want, but it's how you say it, your intentions behind what you say. And a lot of things he said were intentionally meant to hit people in the chest. It was meant to hit people in the chest. It was meant to ruffle your feathers. It was meant to make you angry. It wasn't done out of love and care for the American people, because we're all American, whether we agree with each other or not. But it looked like the MAGA culture is trying to say, the MAGA group trying to say, no, either you're with us, MAGA, or you're against America. Y'all are not the only Americans. It's contradicting. It's very, 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 very contradicting. But like some people say, we only see what the media puts out. Well, I've seen a few things where, he said some things that were kind. I did. But it still doesn't erase the trolling that he's done to other people in other races. Some of the racist things he's said. It doesn't change that. And we are still American. We're entitled to feel and say what we want. We're entitled to that as an American and to our freedom of speech, like he said. That's why he was one of the people out there saying whatever he wants, because he believes in the American. He believes in our amendment that he can say what he wants. I might not agree with it, but I'm not supposed to be able to go out there and kill him, harm him, or his family. No. And a lot of people out here, they're not harming his family. They're not threatening his family. They're just saying, fuck them. Y'all don't want to hear that though. But he said fuck a lot of other people. Y'all gotta make it make sense. Y'all gotta make it make sense. We are in an age where black people have sat there, been slapped on, beat on, pissed on, shitted on for just being black. Disqualified, like he said. Disqualified at everything, just took it. But now, black people ain't sitting back. They're voicing their opinions. And people like, how could you be so evil? There's a lot of black people on my side that's like, wait a minute, I know y'all are not asking nobody, how could they be so evil? Y'all need to sit and take a look in the mirrors and ask y'all self that. Then there's some white people, yeah, y'all supposed to be better than us. We've been the better ones this whole time. We've been the better ones. Letting it go, letting it slide, letting y'all have it. We've been the better ones. Even though y'all the ones that's out there teaching hate and spreading evil. We got to be the better ones because we can't do that. Y'all taking us off the street by the boatload. Y'all putting brown people out of the country by the boatload. So we've been the ones to pipe it on down. But now we want to heighten the voice a little bit and say what we've been feeling. We're evil for calling out the stuff that y'all do. We're evil. No. Black people, start standing up and saying what needs to be said. The more they say this don't exist, the louder we need to be about it. It exists. It's real. And there's people like him that spread this type of hate, this type of narrative. And that's why the lady that came on before the show started cussed them out. That's why. It's not our fault. It has nothing to do with us. We had nothing to do with that. Go and watch the video. It was nothing but white people there, white conservatives there. That's all I have to say about this. I have nothing else more to say about it. I'm just here to state the facts and the truth. We're going to be moving right along. But for those out there, a lot of people are like, oh, I thought about Candace Owens. Why? These people, they're free to say what they want. They're free. They're like, no, they can be killed. That go for anybody. Before y'all start getting shot out, there's black people who know this. There's a lot of us black people know you cannot get out here and say certain shit and not expect certain retaliation. Y'all practicing that now. Firing people at the job. Little small stuff. Firing people at the job. We been knew we can't be out here saying certain stuff and there don't be no consequences that follow. White people, y'all taught us that a long time ago. It's in our blood already. Black people are just now growing out of that fear. Not a large number, a small number of black people are growing out of that fear where they're able to say whatever they want. They own their own businesses and stuff now. They ain't got to worry about no job or no nothing. They can say it. This type of shit happen amongst y'all all the time. Then y'all try to turn around and blame us black people. We have nothing to do with it. All I'm saying is y'all need to back the fuck off. And go deal with y'all white counterparts. And that's what y'all don't want to hear. Y'all don't want to hear that life and death is in the power of the tongue. The same Bible that y'all the Christians live by, that's where that came from. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. That man spoke that shit over his life. He spoke it, and then it happened. I try to be very careful with some of the things I say. I don't want no comeback on me. So, the lady that started the video off, she said it right. All right, y'all. We're going to be moving right along. Because at the end of the day got to end. All right, moving right along. Stop asking us to have sympathy for folks that don't have sympathy for themselves. I'm just saying. Well. It says the Trump administration has reportedly completed 47% of Project 2025, despite previously claiming he had no knowledge. It says we're about 6 months into Trump's presidency, and it has been an eventful one, to say the least. We've experienced mass layoffs, expensive tariffs, the dismantling of education. Unironically, all of these things were included in the Project 2025 initiative that Trump originally claimed he knew nothing about. According to Hill, about 47% of the plans included in Project 2025 have been executed, with more unfortunately to come. An online tracker has been keeping score of exactly what things listed on P25 have already come to fruition. The website counts 317 proposals in total. So far, 115 are complete, including eliminating U.S. agencies for international development, banning transgender individuals from serving in the military, and funding ICE for 100,000 detention beds. An additional 64 proposals are currently in the works, including cutting off government contracts to entities that enforce a woke agenda, privatizing TSA airport screenings, cutting off Justice Department and FEMA grants to states, and prosecuting local prosecutors who exercise discretion in deciding whether to prosecute immigration cases. The other 53% are on Trump's to-do list and will most likely come during the remainder of his presidency. These policies include requiring schools that receive federal funding to give all students the military entrance test. What? What is that? Phasing out federal funding aimed at schools serving low-income children, allowing companies to evade paying overtime, classifying teachers and librarians as sex offenders if they discuss gender ideology with minors, and repealing labor laws to allow teenagers to work inherently dangerous jobs. Many voters assumed that Trump was serious when he said he had no idea what P25 was and had no intentions of following, but as we can see, the plan is in full motion. Yep. So here's the tracker, y'all. Well, all I'm going to say is
What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025.
I have nothing to do with Project 2025. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas. I guess some good, some bad. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Cut taxes very substantially and create a great economy like I did before.
What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called...
Kamala tried to warn all of us. Kamala tried to warn all of us about what he was going to do. He swore up and down, he don't know nothing about it. Well, if you didn't, why is 47% of Project 2025 already been carried out? Almost half of the 317s, 115 has been carried out. Almost half. And the rest, as we can see, will be carried out. So someone sent this to me, asked me my thoughts on this. And I'm going to be real simple about this. My response. Welcome to America. Welcome to America for those who didn't think that he would. I don't know why you would think that he would not. I don't know why you think he would tell the truth after he's lied numerous of times. How could you believe him? How? Where is he credited to tell the truth? All I'm saying is we gonna sit back and we gonna see what color the wall gonna be. Because right now, they painted the wall completely white. And they got this man in there carrying out all those orders from those white billionaires. America got 900 billionaires. China behind them got 500. Those billionaires got together and finna try to buy the country right back underneath our noses. And that's what I think. I think they are buying it up now. And when you buy the land, you set the laws of what you want to happen on that land. So that's what I think is happening. Those billionaires, they put Trump right on up in there to carry out this Project 2025. Trump is a businessman, not a politician. So this is about business at the end of the day. That's why we see a lot of the stuff we see that's unfair. He don't care that it's unfair. He look at them like, well, for some reason, somehow, some way, you made it up here with the big dogs, with billionaires. So what would you like to see happen in this country? Treating us like cattle. Yep. We ain't really got no say, so we ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. He ain't trying to talk to you. He trying to tell you what you finna do and what you finna be doing. Anybody that's looking up here for assistance, you can look back over there to the fields because we ain't got no assistance for you. We just here to tell you what you're going to do. That's what I think. That man will fuck about the American baby. This is about business at the end of the day. And yeah, Trump the perfect man because he can separate emotions from business. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about no kids. He don't care about no transgenders. He don't care about no abortion rights. He don't care about no immigrants. He don't care about y'all having more money in your pockets because that's what he said he was going to do when he got in office. He was going to put more money in our pockets. Where is the money? Where is it? Where is it? Rent still going up. I thought rent was supposed to be stabilized. It's not. I knew he was full of shit too. During his campaign, he was like, when it was like, what you gonna do about eggs prices and stuff like that? He was like, well, it's hard to bring it down once it goes up. Of course, this is how you do. This is how y'all do. Only thing Trump good at bringing down is the stock market. putting tariffs on shit, making the stock market lower so all the billionaires can go in there and buy up all the shares. And add it up, y'all. Add it up. Y'all think the American people run this country. No, we are the cattle. The billionaires run this country. And I read somewhere that he's trying to run a third term. And they don't know if it's possible because ain't nobody ever pushed it. But I watched some, I think on CNN or something like that, where they are painted out 3 possibilities of how he could do this. And I'm like, oh, so y'all know it's possible. Nobody just ain't ever did it. And I think that may be the deal. Maybe not, I don't know. But my thoughts, that may be the deal if he could come through with their deals. You know, he's the deal or no deal type of guy. That was his reality show. And that's what he's doing right now. He's putting on one big old reality show. One big reality show for us to watch. For our entertainment. For our entertainment. Why they slide stuff right underneath our noses. Why he keep writing out for more executive orders. Just saying. But we gonna be moving right along.
Y'all always talking about F the police, y'all hate the police, but as soon as something happen or something go down, y'all want to call 911. Dang, that was hard. Who said that? That was harsh. Y'all got to do better. That right there, that was bad.
I don't know who she is, but she swore she ate on this. And didn't. You sound like a coon. While working for the coon system that's against you and people like me. Now, we call the police because we're supposed to. We don't like y'all. We don't even fuck with y'all. If we can handle most of this stuff on our own, we would. We call y'all bitches show up 30, 45 minutes after the action done happened. Damn, I needed y'all help 45 minutes ago. Then y'all pull up, acting as if y'all don't want to help. If it ain't no guns involved and ain't no action really going down, y'all don't really want to be pulling up. Y'all want to be pulled up into some action where y'all can shoot and kill somebody. A lot of people don't like the police because we see the police do so much fucked up shit. We see police officers do so much fucked up shit when ain't nobody fucking looking at y'all. This is why we don't fucking like y'all. You black, you already know why we don't fucking like y'all. But you're actually in the police car, in the police building, and you're the one that's receiving the hate. You're the one that's receiving the hate. So that's why you made a little video like that. Like, damn, y'all say fuck the police until something happen. Even when something happened, fuck y'all. We called y'all because we pay y'all. That's what y'all police don't want to hear. Y'all act like y'all don't work for us. You do. That's y'all problem. Y'all don't think y'all work for the people. Y'all think that the people work for y'all. And we paying y'all salaries. We pay taxes into y'all salaries. So you damn skippy. The law says we can't do certain stuff. So since we can't do it, we have to call the police for assistance. And since I paid my taxes, I'm damn sure finna utilize y'all. Fuck y'all doing? I still don't fucking like y'all. I don't fuck with y'all, but I gotta call y'all because that's what the law said I gotta do. So that I don't get in trouble. So that you, who I pay taxes to, won't be coming for me. So we have to call y'all. It's not like we want to call y'all. The fuck? That's why most black people don't even call y'all. They be out there handling their own shit. Somebody else called y'all. And y'all showed up to the scene. A lot of black people don't call the police. Because a lot of black people end up calling the police because you're the victim or something is happening and that you have to call the police. And the police end up locking your black ass up. You be like, wait a minute, I called the police for help. I called y'all for help. Not for y'all to be trying to turn this around on me. Or turn this in. I didn't call y'all to be going to jail and to be dealing with y'all. And police officers do. They give you the headache. They be with that bullshit. The shit that you did not call them for. The shit that's not called for. So of course we don't like calling y'all. We don't fuck with y'all like that. We don't fuck with y'all. We don't like y'all, especially the black ones. Y'all are part of the system that's oppressing us. Y'all are carrying out their fucking orders, but you don't look at it like that. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. The government own y'all at this point. And the government tell y'all what to do, and y'all gonna do exactly what them white folks sat there and wrote in that book. It wasn't us who wrote it. You know that for a fact, black woman, black man. It wasn't us who wrote it, it was them. And they didn't write it in favor of us. So you damn Skippy won't fuck with y'all, and you damn Skippy won't fucking like y'all like that, because we already know that y'all carrying out their orders. Simple as that. Yeah, you know. I like to play devil's advocate on this show. So, you know, so that's on one side. But on the other side, you know, I appreciate the good cops. The ones that actually try to make a difference. Not the ones that, you know, weaponize the system to their own authority. But for the good ones out there, thumbs up to y'all. I do not believe that all cops are bad cops. But you all do work for the same system. So I do understand why some people may be mad and others, they may not be, you know, so happy. But once again, a lot of cops do not act like they work for the people. And I think we all need to come up with a different justice system structure or something like that. That'll be helpful, where it really, I don't know how we would do that, but yeah, the whole thing needs to be reworked. But shout out to the good cops. I appreciate the ones that do make a difference and get out here and try to make a difference, even though they are a part of the system. So, next.
How does it feel for a man when he come across an intentional woman? Now, when I say intentional, I mean like a woman that her words match her actions. She puts you in a space where you can function in your masculine energy, where you're not like battling between that because she's actually feminine. Reassuring you, she's doing all the things that you need her to do, that you've longed for, that you've yearned for a woman to do without you even telling her. But it's something that she naturally does. So it's not a performative thing. So my question is, fellas, when you guys experience this, how does that make you feel? Is it terrifying? Is it something that you feel like you don't deserve, so you sabotage it? Or does it put you in a space where you feel like everything that you once thought about a woman is not true, and this person is showing you in rare form? Help me understand, because I want to know from your point of view. How does it feel for a man when he come across an intention?
All right. A female friend of mine sent me this. So I told her how I felt. So now I'm going to come in on with you all. So the question is, how do you handle a good woman if you're not ready to settle down yet? Do you try to sabotage it? So her question was really like, how do y'all deal with a woman who is everything that you ask for? For men, it's complicated because, and it also depends on the man. Some men who would come across a woman like this, they probably never had many relationships, or they really longed for one, and they came across one who's showing what they in their mind thought it should be like, feel like, and everything. So a lot of those type of men settle down and hang on to this type of woman, right? But there are other men out there that have been through a thing or two with a woman, not being trustworthy, maybe, sabotaging their relationship. It's a number of things that cause that man not to trust that woman, and those men probably have identified themselves as simps, or some other man told them they was a simp because you were doing all this for a woman and she didn't reciprocate that back to you. And so for him not to be a simp ever again, a lot of men vow in their brains not to ever allow a woman to play with them again. So they will always control the situation. That's why a lot of men be controlling about how she should be and because he's been in a situation where he was vulnerable with a woman and that woman walked on him like a simp. You know? And so it just all depends on what kind of man you're attracting. That's all. Women, I think that y'all need to also know who and what kind of man to give that to. Even though you're just being yourself, not every man deserves that kind of treatment from you. For example, like I just told y'all, there's some men who ain't really been in relationships like that or have never been through it with a woman like that. So when they get one that they ask for and they pray for it, they're you know, they all for it. They don't sabotage that. It's the ones who have been through something with women. So women, y'all know the signs. Like men know the signs with women when they've been through something with a man. You can tell by how they're trying to treat the next man that they've already experienced something from another man. So they're trying to control the whole situation so that they won't come out the vulnerable one, the one that fell for the bullshit, the one that's heartbroken, the one that's bothered. So for me, women, y'all know the signs of a man. Y'all know how we say, who hurt you? Somebody must hurt you. Y'all know some of the signs of a man that's hurt. So when right off the bat, any red flags, don't proceed forward. And if you do, proceed with cautions. Because if I see one red flag, there may be a few more right behind me. So I kind of feel like, you know, it's on women. Because some women see the signs, too, that the man is finna sabotage it. And they go right along with it. So, to answer the question, a lot of men don't even know. They think they be knowing. But they don't even be knowing. Because there was another pretty lady just like you. Even though I'm not her. I know. But this situation looks all too familiar. It was a previous lady before you that came in here that cooked, cleaned, that didn't have her hand out. But she was fucking the dude across the hall from her while we were in a relationship. So most men reserve a lot. Because they've heard a lot of crying wolf. And then they go check and she ain't squeaky clean. That's when they go talk to our homies and be like, you know, man, that whole that's talking about she a good woman, cooking clean, and then she doing all this shit. So it's kind of like a two-way street, you know. But like I said, the ones that ain't never really had it before, they know how to accept it. And women, y'all need to start going after the men who really want it. Y'all don't like the simps. You know, we just talking about simps. Y'all hurt them. And those simps end up becoming those men that she talking about. Like, do y'all sabotage? Yes, they end up sabotaging it. They end up sabotaging. That's why y'all need to go after most women. When y'all find a simp, treat that simp right. Do not break that simp heart, because once you break it, he's not a simp anymore. He won't ever be a simp ever again. Now, we're gonna go more into simps later on, but the simp, a short definition of a simp is a man who goes above and beyond for a woman who's really not into him like that. She's not reciprocating it back. She's taking all his money and da da da. But to that man, he thinks that she's into him. Now the outside world may see it and she may know it, but he does not. He don't see it until she end up breaking that. Then he becomes that other guy who will never allow you to do that to him ever again. When he was just loving on you as a woman because he loves women. He's the kind that she's asking about. Like, them the ones y'all need to be going after. The ones that's going to stay, that's not going to sabotage it. They love being with a woman. They'll go above and beyond for you. Y'all go and break these simps down. I'll talk about that at a later time. Why I think it happened like it do. But, you know. For men, it just be about companionship. Not all, but the ones who have been, you know what I'm saying? They ain't no simp no more. They okay with companionship. So they be cool on everything else with you. As a woman, you're emotionally involved. You're like, what in the... Do he not like me? Do he not want me? Yeah, just continue to do what you gonna do. All I'm saying is, not all men are the same. So, depending on what man you got, they gonna all have a different meaning of how it feels to them when they do. But from what I've analyzed, that's from what I've analyzed. It's always gonna be different. It's always gonna be different. But the ones that notice, the ones you'll know. It's just, are y'all both reciprocating it? Also, when y'all see the ones that don't know or y'all can't figure out, you know what I'm saying? They're the ones that are unsure. You want some reassurance. So, I'm just saying. Y'all know how I be. I be on both sides. I do. But yeah, to answer your question, all men are different. So depending on who the man is, you're gonna get a different answer. But for most of the time, we know it's usually not the woman that come present herself. It's the man see something he want and he gonna present himself to her. I think that's probably what it is. He know. Hell, I don't know. Shit, don't be listening at me. I don't be knowing that. I just be talking a little shit and you know what I'm saying. We moving right along.
Did she look a certain way?
Yeah, of course. You gotta look good. Hey, yo.
The man in prison want a girl that look good.
The head, don't I look good?
You look like you in prison. So for me, I can't. Let me tell you something. For my eyes can't see good. My eyes just see prison. So let me tell you something. You can be, who is super fine to me? You can be Morris Chestnut, but if you was Morris Chestnut in prison, you wouldn't look good to me.
Okay, so what's your definition of these chestnut shit you talking about?
Free. Free men. Free men, not free. That's the definition.
Shit.
Let's do the Kendra cam. Okay, that's the gel. Okay. You sure you got a cell by yourself?
We ain't gonna too much goddamn get into that part right here. But
okay, we almost done. I don't want no problems. Do y'all get conjugal visits in jail?
Nah, but if she sign up to come work here, we can't. That shit going on too.
The PO. Okay, when's the last time you had sex? You don't have to answer.
I might get charged for that shit. I ain't gonna talk about that.
3 flaws you have to work on.
Don't ask me. Me personally, I feel like I ain't got no flaw. Everybody got flaw. They just I'm saying you saying like far as when it comes to a woman, or just
3 flaws you got to work on. Let me give you one. I'm gonna give you one. You in prison. That's one. Prison. You in prison is the one. Prison. I thought that was gonna be easy.
Hey, I'm saying, listen, you ain't never thought about coming up with working in no place like this?
Me getting a job at a prison that's all men. Why the fuck would I do that? Tell me. Why the fuck would I get a job at a prison with a whole bunch of men? What I got to do? What am I doing? What am I doing? Braiding hair? Am I braiding hair? Am I braiding your motherfucking hair? What am I gonna be doing? Nothing. Never thought about it. Never crossed my mind. Actually, it's not on my to-do list.
So someone asked me, what do I feel about people? Should men be able to date while in prison? Ladies, I ain't gonna blame. Y'all weren't even the ones who sent me this. Somebody else sent me this. So, but ladies, why? They can't date you from prison at all. What date are y'all gonna go on? A FaceTime prison date? No, I don't agree with that. You're in prison, you should be working on yourself. Why are you trying to date while you're in there? When you get out, you have nothing to offer that woman. Nothing but heartache. She's going to have to take care of you and help you get on your feet while you laughing about it. Because most of these men we see, they be getting out of jail, laughing, ready to hit the block again. Can't wait to get back out there again. Don't have no damn plan. And this is the truth. Not all y'all, not all prisoners are like that, but a lot of them get out and go back to the same shit because they can't find no job. They ain't got no money. So they go revert back to what they know how, the streets. Why would you date somebody who is a liability and not an asset to you, ladies? This is what you call a liability. And then a lot of people are like, oh, but he in prison, but he got money. How do you think he getting it? It ain't legal. So you still set yourself up for failure. Why would you be going after somebody who's in prison, who's most likely in there for something they did illegal, and they still doing illegal shit while they in prison? Wow. Such a good man you can go brag on to your family and your friends. A man that you can go show off. Oh, you can't show him off. He's in prison. He's calling you to put money on his books. Oh. He'll get one of his homeboys to send it back to you later through Cash App or through Apple Pay. Oh. You're in prison. You need to be working on yourself. Leave these women alone. Most men who stay in prison, y'all, the ones who get out, going right back to doing the same shit they got done back in there with all them nickels, that should let you know they don't want to date. They want to be in there with the rest of them men, because if they did, when they got out, they would have got their shit together so they could be around a woman, so they can go date a woman. These type of men y'all stay away from. They be attractive and all that other that is, but they be a headache. They be some Jody's time 10. Leave them where they at. Because like he said, when she asked him when last time he said sex, he said, I can't say that because it incriminate me. Most likely, yep. And most likely the female guards are not smashing like that, y'all. Who do y'all think they're smashing? Oh, who do y'all think they smashing? We're gonna move right along. It's a no for me. If you're women, if you come in contact with somebody who's in prison, no. I don't even know how you would. Y'all should be blocking them immediately. The only way I see them is on social media. Y'all should be blocking them immediately. You should be working on yourself. Shout out to the prisoners, though, for holding it down. Shout out to y'all for holding it down. Y'all free all the ones who ain't supposed to be up in here. You ain't supposed to be up in here. Free them. Free them. Because everybody who in there ain't supposed to be up in there. Shout out to y'all for holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be out soon. Y'all gonna be out soon. Free them. Hurry up. And get y'all shit together so y'all can get out. Y'all can get y'all a pee. Shit. Alright. And we are at the last topic of today. Alright, y'all got time for one more.
You fucking me, then you need to let me know that you fucking him too.
My thing is, I don't understand, why did I have to get this car?
You picked it.
No, it's crazy. But it say, now that you're famous, do you get any man on the DL and the DMs wanting to link up? I'm not telling on nobody.
There it is. There it is. That's solid.
Yeah, it is.
Why are people so interested in who?
Right. It's nobody's business.
We just want to know.
What?
They be gay.
Nosy.
They do be gay.
Hey,
That is
people
big.
like what they like.
They
Y'all
do
can't
like
judge.
what they
Y'all
like.
can't judge people.
You going on?
So you think that everybody should have to let everybody know what their preference is? Well, no, this is what I'm saying. If
Hell,
you fucking
no.
me,
You're
then
right.
you need to let me know that you fucking him too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what if he only another girl?
But that's just like,
You
yo.
need to let me know that you
I want to know if you
So
fucking
then,
a
so you
man.
need,
Right.
but if you somebody that y'all ain't in a relationship, he could be doing whatever he want to do.
Nah, that's how STDs go.
Put a condom on, nasty.
Yeah, you gotta protect yourself.
Well,
for real.
yeah.
If I'm having sex with a man and he's having sex with a man, you need to tell me that you're having sex with a man.
I agree.
Okay, but that's just like him.
Period.
So would he tell you that he having sex with another woman? No. So why would he tell you that he having sex with a man?
Tell me all of it. I want to know who you fucking now.
So that's worse.
Yes.
Yo, you ever seen a bitch that a nigga that you and you be like,
He don't really, you can't like me.
yeah,
I ain't even your type of bitch. I ain't even your type of bitch.
We don't even add up. The math don't be bad.
Not the math.
No, because for real, because you really
Wait, you?
I agree.
And y'all just really y'all worse. Damn.
You fucking me.
I agree with Tay. Y'all bitches are way worse. I'm just saying. I was with Nick Cannon. Why a lot of women, especially black women, why do y'all want to know how other men are getting down in the bedroom? Why? Especially if you weren't there. Why? And then just like the girl said, she said, because niggas be gay. And then she started laughing. Like it was funny. That lets y'all know. Once again, we had this conversation a few episodes back. That lets y'all know that they think gay is something wrong with being gay. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't have to ask. They wouldn't have no questions. I'm going to go and just put it out there. When they asking men that, they really asking, do you mess around with them niggas who got that package? That's why they're asking. A lot of women are homophobic, but that's just at the surface. Underneath it is really the stigma of men having HIV and AIDS. Because that's just like she said, that has to get spreaded. And it kind of said, put on a condom, nasty. Because anybody can give you anything, a straight man or a gay man. But that's what it boiled down to. They might be the ones that don't have a problem with gay people. But in their brain, gay people got HIV and AIDS. So if he messing around with a gay man, 9 times out of 10, he gonna get it and gonna bring it back to me. When they kept asking about other women, they didn't really care. One of the women, the other girl other than Ari, she said, hell yeah, tell me. I want to know everything. Ari didn't say that though. She don't really care about you messing around with other girls. It's the men she want to know about. They want to know if y'all get down. And there are such things as bisexual. But then black women, they don't believe in that. They believe in either you straight or you gay. There is no middle playing field. This is why I told y'all a long time ago, men, keep y'all business to yourself. She's not going to tell y'all that she's fucking the cable guy. She's not going to tell y'all that the little stud that she met at the club the other night came and ate her out. She's not going to tell y'all any of that. And if she did, most of y'all be down with that. Y'all be down. Y'all gonna want to ask the, man. When it comes to the other girl involved here, yeah, y'all be down. But she's not going to tell you about the cable guy she screwed across the hallway. She's not going to tell you that. She's not going to tell you about her emergency room bae that she worked with overnight from 7 to 7 at the hospital. They ain't going to tell you that. They ain't going to tell you that. So I think that, like Nick Cannon said, if we are not in a relationship and we just smashing, I don't owe you anything, shit. Just like you don't owe me anything. So the question was, do you think everyone should disclose their preference before sleeping with each other? Absolutely not. Because she is not going to disclose it to me. She's not. She's not going to tell me her little thot moves. And so why should I tell her? Now, if she asks, then you know what I'm saying, you could be honest. You could be honest and communicate. But for the most part, no. I don't think that you have to disclose your preference before sleeping with someone else. No. Especially if we're in a relationship or getting to get into one, I feel like I should let you know who you with. I know you got a lot to learn about who you with, but just on the surface level, stuff like that, that's just what it is. I need to let you know. So before we get in a relationship, let me let you know I'm bisexual and how it goes. Or I like this and I like that. And how it goes. Because once again, a lot of black women don't believe in that bisexual crap. They believe either you're gay or you are straight. There is no straddling the fence. And that's why they want to know if you sleep with a man, so they can go ahead and push you in the gay thing. And it's not, and also y'all, it's not all the way about the HIV thing. It's also how women view a man's masculinity. They look at you as soft, like you one of them, like you got a lot of sugar in your tank like them. Even though you might not even take it up the butt. You might be the one that give it. A lot of bisexual men don't get poked. They like different types of hoes and how I feel. They don't care. They look at you as weak or weaker than a straight man, or you're too weak to touch them. They need somebody strong. That's how they look at it. I don't look at it like that. But I know a lot of women look at men as weak once you sleep with another man. To me, you gotta have a strong mind as a man to sleep with another man. That's a superpower. Hell yeah. That ain't for the weak. Especially when society finna scrutinize you and tear you down to the ground. You can't be weak-minded doing no shit like that. And you can't be weak-minded coming out saying no shit like that. Where do y'all think that's weak? When y'all already know how society finna go in and tear these people up ain't nothing weak about that. You're going to have to be strong to deal with some stuff like that. Because most heterosexual men, they are fragile. They be offing themselves and offing other people. Weak. Can't even handle the truth. Can't even handle the truth about yourself. You're off yourself or off somebody else. Fragile. Weak. So a lot of y'all ladies got it fucked up. Yeah. Y'all got it fucked up. Y'all got narratives fucked up. But I don't agree. I don't agree with it one bit. So, no. You do not have to disclose your preference before sleeping with someone. Only disclose your preference, something like that. If you transgender or something like that, I believe you should say something. Because like I just told y'all, these men are fragile. They're fragile. They will offer you and themselves. They're weak-minded. So if you trans or something, man, you messing around with heterosexual men, I think you should say something. Other than that, when it just comes to having regular old sex, hell no, I ain't telling you a motherfucking thing. All right, y'all. All right, we have come to the end of the show. Oh, it felt so good to be back. Everything that you heard here today are allegations brought to you by the media for deep discussions, laugh, giggles, observation, and opinion. If you haven't already, follow me on all social media platforms. My Facebook is Jaquavius Martin. My TikTok is King Quay, that's KVNG.QUAY. And my Instagram is the.jq.show. Thank you all for tuning in today, and I will see you all on tomorrow. Later.